Hey, Gordon, this is Mark D'Amico with Celtics.com. I figure I might as well jump in and ask you the first question. I'm just curious, obviously this is a lot more time that you get to spend with your kids and your wife in the middle of a season. How are you guys taking advantage of that as a family and maybe doing some things that you wouldn't typically be able to do with them on a daily basis?
Yes, it is a lot of time with the family here and no road trips or leaving to go to basketball. And I think just being able to be with them more and really take advantage of that time. We haven't done necessarily too much different. We've just done more of everything. So when it's nice out, we've been trying to get them outside, going on walks with the dog, trying to get the girls to learn to ride their bikes without training wheels. That's not going too great right now. But I'm going to keep trying at that. But, just really just spending more time with them, just more of everything.
Awesome. Hope you guys
Hey, Gordon, this is Sherrod Blakely. Quick question for you. When you guys came back from Milwaukee and there was a lot of uncertainty about just everything, can you take us through what that period of time like was for you and your family with your wife and the kids and another one on the way, and just how were you able to kind of navigate that period of time?
Yeah, I think everyone was a little bit scared at that point in time just because of the uncertainty and not knowing exactly what's going on, and also because we had played the Jazz and he was somebody that had tested, Rudy was somebody that had tested positive. Just with my wife being pregnant, we were definitely a little nervous about the whole thing, and definitely didn't want to let her get anybody, but specifically her get the virus because of the baby, and we didn't know what could exactly happen with that. So we were just very precautious with everything, and maybe I didn't go anywhere or isolate myself or anything besides just being at the house, but I did. Our doctor said probably not as many hugs, not as many snuggles until we can figure out if I'm, positive or negative. And so that's kind of what we did until, we got back the results.
Hey, Gordon, Mark Murphy from the Boston Herald. It must have been a relief when you did get back the result and you were negative.
Yeah, it certainly was. I think just, like I said, because of our situation with Robin being pregnant, it was a little nerve-wracking, but certainly a relief to be negative. And then it was something where, okay, we're all fine as long as we stay in our bubble here and make sure we take care of everything that we need to take care of to stay safe. And so it was kind of good to see that.
Yeah, Mark Murphy again. Gordon, have you had a chance to heal up during this time? I know you had lingering leg issues and so forth. Has there been a benefit to just getting healthy?
Yeah, I think that's one positive from this whole thing is that everyone's been able to recover. We haven't been able to do much, so hopefully everyone will be healthy whenever and if ever we get back this year. And so the only issue is that we haven't really been able to do treatment. So it's just time that's been healing everything, which is, like I said, a good thing. But sometimes you need a little bit of treatment too. But certainly this has been good for I think everybody's body.
Thanks.
Hey Gordon, it's Mike.
Hey Gordon.
CLNS Media. I just wanted to ask you the challenge of not only trying to stay physically fit, as you mentioned, going out for walks and whatnot, but staying mentally fit and emotionally fit. Obviously what the rest of the country, the rest of the world is going through is taking its mental and emotional toll, and I'm wondering how you as a professional athlete are going about that.
Yeah, I think you bring up a good point. I think physically it's one thing, and when it's been nice out, been running outside, and we have a Peloton, so I've been doing the Peloton bike, and I have the team was able to bring over some weights, so I've done a lot of body weight stuff, and then some dumbbells and a little bit of kettlebells, as much as I can from the physical side of it. But I think the mental and emotional part is certainly going to be something we're all going to have to work through when we get back, because you just get in this mode and this mindset when you're in the middle of the season, and then to just kind of not have that for however long a period this is going to be, it's going to be an adjustment to get back into that, especially if we get back and it's, almost right into the playoffs. Like, you got to be able to really turn it on there and get, really locked in and focused again. And, something that I think that the staff and the coaches for us have talked to us about a little bit, and, we've done some Zoom calls as a team and, trying to still stay connected. And I think that will help us out when we get back.
And if I can follow that up, Gordon, just the emotional health of you and your family as you're going through this right now, as opposed to just trying to get your emotional state ready once you get back to basketball, but just getting through the period now, what is that like?
After, for us, finding out that, I didn't have it and that nobody around us has it, that's been a relief, like I said. I think I think everybody in the world has people that they're connected to that has gotten the virus, and some people have been put on life support and had to go to the hospital, and that's very sad. It's heartbreaking, and that's kind of why we have reached out and tried to do as much as we can for the people here in Boston, some of the community, and with the things that we've done for that. But I think you certainly, for us, we just try to stay safe, make sure that we're protecting ourselves and not putting anybody else at risk. And I think if everyone tries to do that individually, I think we'll be better over the long run.
Thanks, Gordon.
Gordon, it's Gary Washburn here. Kind of on a funny note, not funny for you, but they replayed, obviously, the national championship game, and then I think they had like a poll about what would have happened if your shot would have went in. Have you followed any of that? If people called you, did you know that was kind of going around, like a poll and a what if about that? And it's been 10 years. Has it seemed like 10 years? Obviously you look completely different now.
Right.
What's your thoughts on that moment, that time, and then obviously with everybody doing all the throwback games now, because there's nothing else to show. Like, what did you get a chance to watch the game again?
Yeah. So Ronald Nord, who was the point guard on the team, he's now an assistant for Charlotte. He had a big group Zoom call with everybody on that team, and so it was cool for all of us to get on and then talk to each other, just update each other on where we've all been, what we're doing now. And a lot of those guys I haven't seen since since I left and came to the NBA, so it was cool to see everybody. My wife actually had never watched. She did not watch the game at the time when it went on. She hadn't watched it since, and so she wanted to check it out and see the way I looked and how different I was. And I think actually when we were watching the game, the president's announcement came on with like 3 minutes left in the game, and then when they played it back again, it had already skipped over to the ceremony. So she still hasn't seen the ending or anything like that. But it was certainly, it did bring back good memories to watch it and kind of, like I said, connect with my old team. I haven't seen any of these polls or anything like that, so I guess I can't comment on what people have been saying, but it's amazing how fast time flies. My life hasn't stopped since then, since leaving for the NBA, so I really haven't had any time to reminisce or think about it, just because I've constantly been, on to the next thing since then. But 10 years has gone by, certainly, and it's something I'll never forget, those moments.
Hey, Gordon,
you alluded to some of the things you're doing in the community. Can you touch more on that? And, we saw the video of you and Bernie today, and also saw that you chose to shave. Can you touch on that as well?
Well, firstly, I was getting because I've been home the whole time and we haven't been able to go to the barber or anything, my beard was getting a little scraggly, and Robin was getting a little upset being around me all the time. So I just decided there was already a lot of tension going on with being at the house all day with everybody. So just decided to shave it so I could release some of that tension for everybody. But then I think with Boston Children's, we've worked with them since we've came here to Boston. I think it's something that Robin and I are both passionate about, and there's been other places we've donated as well. But just specifically with that, we realize and appreciate so much what the people that are continuing to work and continuing to provide support and help for people that get sick. We just wanted to show some gratitude to them and kind of highlight the heroes that they are right now. And Rob and I both can attest to getting. She drinks coffee, I drink green tea, but kind of having your Dunkin' in the morning, your whatever it is you get in the morning, those places aren't open sometimes, and we wanted to kind of get some people some gift cards and some Dunkin' so that way they can keep going for us.
Hey, Gordon, when this league does finally get back into action, whenever that may be, have you tried to envision what that's going to look like, where you're going to be, what probably without fans, what that experience is going to be like?
Yeah, I've thought about it a little bit, and I think whatever scenario that they come up with, it's going to be something I don't think any of us players have dealt with before, whether that's everyone being in Vegas or another location, whether that's, like you said, playing with no fans. I think playing with no fans would be pretty wild. It'd almost be like a scrimmage at training camp. You have to bring all your own energy, and home court advantage is pretty much thrown out the window at that point in time. And then also just the playing, I guess, maybe shortened, thinking about playing a shortened playoffs, if that's the case too, where it's just best of fives or maybe less teams, or I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows, and there's just been a lot of speculation, so it's been hard to envision anything. But I know that whatever it is, it's going to be completely different, and it'll be very interesting to see how it all plays out.
How long do you think it would take for a team to get back into the proper shape to actually compete again?
I think it's hard to say exactly, but this has already been, I guess almost, 4 weeks or a little over 4 weeks, and guys really haven't been able to get on a court or a hoop or anything, and so I think just from a safety standpoint, you need. I'm not qualified to answer that. We have people on staff that could answer that a lot better than me, but I'm guessing at least 2 to 3 weeks of